Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Firdaus Hanafia bin Muhammad Tahir, and today I'll be presenting my self-reflection on the digital workforce. In this video, I'll be sharing what I learned from creating a presentation about how technology is changing the way we work. I explore important concepts like digital natives and digital immigrant. Digital natives are people who grew up with technology and use it heavily in their daily life. Digital immigrants are those who adopted technology later in life. I will walk you through my personal learning experience, the skills I learned, the skill I gained, my insight about the future, and some suggestions for improvement. So let's get started. So, what is this presentation really about? Well, I created a video about the digital workforce and the workplace. This was part of my coursework, and I had to reflect on the entire process, from researching the topic to delivering the final video. I learned about how technology is reshaping the workplace. We are seeing more remote work, flexible arrangement, and a new ways of collaboration. Understanding this change is really important for anyone entering the workforce today. This project helped me understand where I fit in this digital world, and I hope by the end of this presentation, you will also have a better understanding of this concept. Let me share what I learned during the research phase of this project. I started by studying how technology affects the workplace. It was an eye-opening to see just how much technology has changed the way people work. I learned about digital natives. People born after the digital become widespread. They are comfortable with technology, they multitask easily, and they prefer learning through participation. On the other hand, digital immigrants are people who were born before the digital age. They had to adapt to technology later in life, but many of them have embraced it just as much. When it came to creating the actual content, I had to organize a lot of complex information into simple, easy to understand slides. I used an infographic style to make the content more visual and engaging. I also connected theoretical concept to real-world example, which helped me understand material better. This was challenging because I had to make sure the information was accurate but also simple enough for anyone to understand. Now, let me talk about the skill I gained from this project. There were three main areas where I developed new abilities. First, technical skills. I learned how to create an infographic style video presentation. This meant organizing information visually and making it easy to follow. I also learned how to manage a video production from start to finish, keeping everything within a 10-minute time frame. Second, research skills. I had to find relevant information about digital workforce trends. I learned about key concepts like digital native, peer-to-peer economy, and crowdsourcing. I also connected theories to practical examples, which made the content more meaningful. Third, presentation skills. I had to explain technical concepts in simple language. I also learned how to create engaging visual content and manage my time effectively. Now, how will I apply this skill in the future? Well, this skill will definitely help me in future academic and professional presentation. Understanding workplace technology change will also help me prepare for the future of work, whether it's working remotely or as a freelancer. I feel more confident now about creating content and presenting it effectively. This project gave me some valuable personal insight. I realized that I am actually part of the digital workforce. I grew up with technology, so I am a digital native. This means I'm already comfortable with the tools that are shaping the future of work. I also understood that technology will continue to change how we work. This means we all need to be adaptable and willing to learn new skills. People need both technology skills and communication skills to succeed. Digital literacy is essential for all jobs, not just technology-related ones. Looking to the future, I want to develop more digital skills, especially in data analysis and programming. I also need to balance technology with face-to-face communication. It's important to remember that human connection still matters. I should also prepare for flexible work arrangement like freelancing and remote work, which are becoming more common. My action plan is simple. First, I will improve my digital skills. Second, I will practice communication in different formats: text, video, and in person. Third, I will stay updated on workplace technology trends. Finally, I will develop entrepreneurial skills for future job opportunities. Looking back at this project, there are definitely things I could have done better. Let me share some suggestions for improvement. For the presentation itself, I think I should practice more before recording. This would help me speak more naturally and confidently. I also need to use better visual translation between slides to make the flow smoother. Including more real-world examples and case studies would make the content more interesting, and adding personal story would make it more relatable. For the content, I should include more specific statistics and data. Adding comparison between different countries and industries would give more depth. I could also include more example of digital competency and maybe some interactive elements if possible. For the technical side, I need to improve my audio and video quality. Using better editing software would help. I could also create more engaging infographic and add background music for better flow. And for time management, I need to plan my timing for each section more carefully. I should leave rooms for pauses and emphasis, and definitely practice with a timer before recording. These improvements would make my next presentation much better. Now, let me talk about the second part of my reflection, which focuses on crowdsourcing. This was another important topic I explored for this project. Crowdsourcing simply means getting work done by a large group of people online. It's like having a global team that you can access whenever you need help with a task. I study the opportunities and challenge for three main groups: organization, platform operators, and crowdworks. Organizations are the companies that need work done. Platform operators are the website that connect employees with workers. And crowd workers are the people who actually do the task. I also explore ethical issues and learn about the recommended solutions. This topic is really important for understanding the future of work because crowdsourcing is growing rapidly around the world. Let me share what I learned about crowdsourcing. There are many benefits for organizations. They can complete tasks faster without hiring new staff. They have access to a wider talent pool from around the world. It reduces costs because they don't need to pay for benefits or hire managers. There's also flexibility. The workforce can grow or shrink based on needs, and there are no significant transaction costs. But there are also challenges. Organizations may lose control over how work is done. Quality issues can arise because workers may not meet specifications. There's also a lack of awareness. Many employees don't understand crowdsourcing yet, and there are trust issues, especially with local platforms. So, while crowdsourcing offers many opportunities, there are also significant challenges that need to be addressed. This balance between opportunities and challenges is what makes this topic interesting to study. From studying crowdsourcing, I developed several valuable skills. First, analytical skills. I learned to understand complex systems with multiple stakeholders. I identify benefits and problems from different perspectives and recognize ethical issues in digital work. Second, research skills. I explore a real-world example of crowdsourcing and understood challenge in developing countries. I also learned about the local scenario here in Malaysia. Third, critical thinking. I evaluate fairness for crowd workers and understood the power imbalance between organization and workers. I also question ethical practice in online work. These skills will help me evaluate online work opportunities critically. I can now better understand the gig economy and freelance work. I can advocate for fair treatment of digital workers and make informed decisions. about using crowdsourcing platform. Recognizing ethical issues in future work environments is also important. This crowdsourcing topic gave me some important insight. I realized that crowdsourcing offers great opportunities but also comes with risks. Digital workers need more protection and fair treatment. Technology connects people globally but can also exploit the vulnerable. Low-income communities need support to participate, and ethical issues must be addressed for sustainable growth. For the future, I want to understand my right as a potential digital worker. I should develop skills that are valuable in crowdsourcing. I need to be aware about exploitation and avoid unfair platforms. I can use crowdsourcing as a way to earn income, and I will consider both opportunities and risks before participating. My action plan includes improving my digital skills like computer, internet, and English. I will learn about platform ratings before joining any platform. I will research fair payment rates for tasks. I will protect my personal information online, and I will also consider freelance work as a career option and advocate for fair treatment of digital workers. Finally, let me share how I can improve this presentation for next time. For the presentation itself, I should make the slides more visual with infographic. Using simpler language for complex concept would help the audience understand better. Adding more personal story would also connect better with the audience, including interactive elements would also be beneficial. For the content, I should include more local example from Malaysia. Adding specific statistic about crowdsourcing in developing countries would strengthen the research. Including case studies of successful crowd workers and showing real platform interface would make it more practical. For research improvements, I could interview actual crowd workers or platform operators. Researching specific Malaysian crowdsourcing initiative would be valuable. Studying success story from rural communities and understanding government policies on digital work would also add a depth. And for time management, I need to practice each section with a timer. I should leave more time for personal reflection and include time for audience questions. This improvement would make my next presentation much more impactful.